Hey sisters, welcome back to my channel. For those of you joining for the very first time, welcome. And thank you guys so much. I really appreciate you joining me on this journey. And I hope today's video will be very informative for you. I'll be talking about the workout routine that I have been using. I will show you a before and after photo. I'm so nervous about that. I mean, it's not magic, but you know, it's progress. And yeah, I will also reveal some information that I have found out about exercising when it comes to persons with PCOS. So stay tuned. I'm Chad and this is Amateur Cyster. So as you know, one of the recommendations for us managing our PCOS is exercising. Now we have to ensure that we're doing the correct exercises for the correct duration to effectively manage our PCOS. We don't want to be counterproductive with exercising, right? So in my research, I found different types of exercises that are generally recommended for persons with PCOS. These are not exclusive to persons with PCOS, but it's recommended that persons with PCOS can actually do these exercises. The first is steady rate cardio exercises. This involves keeping your heart rate between 50 to 70% of your maximum heart rate. Exercises include running, riding a bicycle, dancing, and aerobic exercises. The next is high intensity interval training. This involves doing intervals of intense exercises followed by short rest periods. Now, exercises that you can do are burpees, mountain climbers, truck jumps, jumping jacks, alternating between fast and steady. Alternating between sprinting and walking, kettlebell exercises. The next is interval training, where you exercise at different levels, but not necessarily to the maximum heart rate that you'd exercise with when you're doing high intensity interval training. Doing different exercises in the same session also helps to keep your heart rate up. Now, there's some benefits to interval training. These include improved oxygen efficiency, burning more calories, increased aerobic capacity, as well as increased metabolism and decreasing hunger. The next is mind-body exercises. Now, research has shown that women with PCOS have an enhanced bodily response to stress and distress. Now, there are certain exercises that are recommended to lower our stress levels. These include yoga, Pilates, and Tai Chi. Another type of workout is strength training. This involves the use of resistant bands, weights, or even your own body weight. The idea is to build muscle mass. Not too much now, come on. But building muscle, what that does is allows your body to burn more calories at rest and help you to maintain a healthy weight. So some additional tips I found during my research is that you don't want to be doing more than 30 minutes of exercising. And the recommended amount of time is 4 to 5 times per week. I mean, some research has said 3 times per week. You also don't want to be doing constant high intensity interval training, because this will put your body in a state of stress, and that is counterproductive to weight loss, right? I believe that, you know, the best way is to try to mix these types of workouts when you're doing them. Maybe today you do one of the types that I mentioned, tomorrow you do another one. You just want to mix them up just so that your body isn't stressed out. And, you know, especially for us who are more on the heavy side, you want to do a lot of cardio, but not too much cardio. Again, we don't want to overdo it. We don't want to stress ourselves out, right? In October 2019, I started to go to the gym, and I got myself a trainer, and this was based on research that I've been doing about the best, like someone who gets results. And I've been following this person on Instagram for quite some time, like probably a year or two before I even decided to use that person as my trainer. And because he gets results, right? You see the before after stuff. So I went. He really didn't ask me much questions. He didn't ask me anything about my health. He didn't ask me much of anything. Maybe because I was so overweight, maybe he was thinking, how did I allow myself to get like this? Or what? He didn't, because by observation, when other persons come to sign up for training with him, there are questions asked, there are before pictures taken so that the after results can be shown. None of that was done. And then basically I realized I was just thrown into the pond with everyone else, you know, doing the workout that everyone else was doing. And they were basically, you know, targeting, probably working on their abs. These are smaller people who are just probably trying to tighten their stomach and, you know, grow their butt or something like that. But I got thrown into the pond with everyone else. But I'm like, his profile says he is a personal trainer, he's a certified dietitian and all that. I didn't even get a personal meal plan for me. Like I said, no questions were asked about me, just whatever everyone else was doing, I was doing. But I was like, you know what, he knows what he's doing. He's been doing this, right? And he has had success. After the second day, I couldn't go back. I remember that Wednesday I didn't go back to the gym because I was in so much pain. And I have back problems. I've had back problems for some time now. And with the excess weight, it's harder. For you, no, it's harder. It's like you can't walk for minutes without being out of breath or your back hurting. Like that's what I was experiencing before I started losing weight. You can't even sweep out your room without having to stop cleaning. Cleaning the house is a whole event. It takes the entire day, and it's not even a big space. But because you're in so much pain, you have to be resting and you're out of breath. Showering again is a whole event. Like, it's almost like there's no pleasure to shower because you're in so much pain. It's you know, so that kind of pressure on my back, you know. And so the third day I didn't go back, and I wrote this long message, and I said to my sister, like, should I send this message? And she said, no, it's best you say this in person. And I went back Thursday so upset because I'm like, what are you doing? You know, all of this thing, lifting weights, doing this, doing that. You know, where is the personal training? But I'm a wuss. It's not funny. So I didn't say anything, and I pushed through the entire month. It was in so much pain, but I lost some weight. Yeah, my weight did change. I lost some weight. And then the second and third month, I really didn't lose any weight. I was following the meal plan, not religiously. There were some cheating moments, but I followed the meal plan. And I was actually, when they did the measurements, I was putting on weight on my arm. There was much weight loss because what I was doing is building muscle, and it wasn't time for me to be intensely building muscle. It was time for me to actually really lose weight. But there was no personal touch to my work. It was just do what they're doing. And so for the next 2 months, I was getting fit. I remember I had a class at the SciTech department at UE. And for anybody who goes to UE, and for persons who are overweight like myself, knows that walk from Juicy Beef, if you're walking up from Juicy Beef to one of the lecture theaters down to the back, is a whole journey. Well, it was for me because, like I said, the back pain, the shortness of breath, the excess sweating. Oh my God, yes, the excess sweating. But then one day I realized that I'm at the lecture theater. I'm not sweating like a pig. Why do they say sweat like a pig though? Like, I don't know much about pigs, but is that a thing? Anyways, so I'm like, wow. So I was getting fit. I was able to move around with minimal pain and not the intense breathing like I'm about to blow the place down. So I was improving in that sense, but weight-wise, I wasn't. And then things happened and I couldn't. Oh, I remember why I stopped. I started to bleed again at that point. The bleeding started at that point. The ending of January going into February, I started to bleed hard, and I was still trying to go. I was still going to the gym, exercising, but it was really intense, so I had to stop. And then I couldn't start back for some other reasons. I'm not going to go into that. No, in no way am I discrediting this trainer, because like I said, he gets results. But what I'm saying, I told you that story to say that when you're starting your exercise routines, and if you're deciding on getting a trainer, ensure that your trainer is working with you and for you. And I got to understand that with the new trainer that I had in November. So I'm just saying that to say, you know, ensure, don't be a wuss like me and just sit back and take and know that it's not working for you and just still take, because that was something that I shouldn't have done. You know, I'm paying my money. I should be saying that, look, this isn't working, so what's the next step? Instead, I went through it. Don't be a wuss. Don't do like me. Okay? Okay. All the progress I had made, then I started to lose over the lockdown period and everything that was happening, and eventually the bleeding had stopped. But then it started back in May 2020, like I said, and I was putting on more, like the weight gain was just like it was intense and rapid, and it was, I've never been that out of breath in my life, and it was just really bad. The back pains were coming back, and I'm like, how do you get back to this stage? Like, how do you allow yourself to get back here? Like, do you remember? Can hardly clean your room. Showering is an event. The whole thing, the back pain, everything. And I'm like, Jesus, it was out of hand. Clothes are not fitting. And it's not like, you know, money up where you can just be buying clothes. Clothes just not fit. My sister kept telling me, go to my trainer, use my trainer. And then just because of that experience I had with that one trainer, I was like, no more trainers. I'll just do this on my own. But in November, I decided to, you know, give it a shot. And the training was actually online. I didn't go to the gym. I didn't feel confident enough to go to the gym. It was a trainer who really worked with me, you know, helped me to understand that, look, when it's rest time, just sit down, just have a seat. Because you already have back problems. In my sense, I rest and standing up, it's not helping your back. Just stuff like that, you know. Giving me exercises that are supposed to help with weight loss. It's not telling me to lift this extensive amount of weights and stuff. The aim was for me to lose the weight before we start like weight training. And I thought that was, yeah, that seemed better. That seemed, you know, like a way to go. I'm just saying, I'm not trying to bash anyone, because like I said, the first trainer, he gets results. You can see the results that he's getting, but I'm not sure that he's worked with anyone as big as I was. And the fact that he really didn't ask much about anything was a problem. But this trainer now really worked with me. It was hard in November because of the excess, the weight that I was, the pain that I was feeling, but I had to take my time. I had to learn that, look, you're working with yourself. You're not in competition with anyone else, right? You're not trying to outdo or perform at the same level as someone else who is fit and who is slimmer than you are. You're working with yourself. And that is what I want you to know. That's what all these stories all over the place is just coming to this point to say that work with your fitness level, work with your pain threshold, work with you. If you know that right now in one go you can only do 10 jumping jacks, do only 10 jumping jacks in one. Do not hurt yourself like I hurt my knee in 2019 trying to just, and not that my trainer made me hurt my knee, just that you're in the gym, you're seeing all these persons, you're in a group of phenomenal persons who are just at the peak of their fitness level and doing the best that they're doing, and you're there struggling and you're really trying to push through. I ended up injuring my knee. But so I'm saying to you that don't look at this person or that person. Work with yourself. Work at the level that you can work at. And when the pain gets too much, especially for persons like me who have back pains or any type of pain because you're just starting to exercise, please sit down. Of course, you're not going to rest for like 10 minutes because you work out for like 30 seconds and then rest for 10 minutes. That not keep, right? So sit, get a chair, rest your back, rest your legs. I'm just saying, Work with your body. Don't overexert yourself. Work hard, but work smart. So take care of your beautiful self. And I'll see you again on Monday. Enjoy your weekend. Be blessed. So this is where it all started. So next week, Friday, I will be giving you the after pictures.